Okay, welcome back, dear students, to the tutorial about the group theory. And this is the seventh video in this series. I think this is the last video about the foundations of group theory. And the next video onwards, we will discuss the applications, chemical applications of group theory. In this video, we will discuss about the direct product. Okay, that is the product of two matrices. Actually, there are two ways of product. One is a conventional product. We are multiplying an row with the row of one matrices with the column of the other matrix that we have already studied. And another method is of multiplication is direct products. In direct products, each element of matrix are multiplied. Okay, each element of matrix of one matrix is multiplied with each element of the other matrix. For example, if we consider a matrix A, it has characters, the elements A11, A12, A21, A22, A2 into 2 matrix. Another matrix B, also a 2 into 2 square matrix, B11, B12, etc. And the direct product is defined as AB is equal to, we are multiplying A11 with B11. Okay, then A11 next multiplied with B12. Next A12 is multiplied with B11 and A12 multiplied with B12. That is first row. Okay, and second row A11 again multiplied with B21. Okay, this one. And A11 with the B22. Next A12 with B21 and A12 with B22. That is second row. Okay, next third row A21 B11, A21 B12 and A22 B11, A22 B12, and the last row A21 B21, A21 B22, A22 B21 and A22 B22. That is a direct product. That is, each element of matrix B is multiplied with each element of matrix A. And the character of this direct product matrix AB, that is chi AB, is equal to the sum of the diagonal elements, that is A11 B11 plus A11 B22 plus A22 B11 plus A22 B22. Okay, that is this one. Okay, sum of the diagonal elements. Now, look at here. What is the product of the characters of matrices A and B separately? Okay, that is character of A is equal to A11 plus A12. Character of matrix B is equal to B11 plus B12. Sorry, B22. Okay, so the product of the characters of matrices A and B separately is A11 plus A11 plus A22 for character of matrix A into character of matrix B, B11 plus B22. Multiplying this, we get A11 B11 plus A11 B22. Next A22 B11, A22 B22. Okay, same as that of the character of the matrix AB. Okay, that means from this discussion we can see that character of the direct product matrix AB is equal to product of the characters of individual matrices. That is chi AB is equal to chi A into chi B. Okay, that is a character of the direct product of two matrices is equal to the product of the characters of two matrices separately. Okay, so we know that we are mainly focusing on the characters. We don't need in our usual practice the all matrix. We need only the characters. So we need not multiply direct products. No need of multiplying the direct products. We need only the characters of the direct product. So it's simply obtained by multiplying the characters of the individual matrices. Okay, can you understand what I'm saying? Okay, that is the character of the direct product is obtained simply by multiplying the characters of the individual matrices. That is chi AB is equal to chi A into chi B. So no need of writing the big matrix and finding its characters. We can simply directly find out the characters of the direct product is equal to product of the characters of the individual matrix. The characters of the direct product of two matrices can be obtained by simply taking the product of their characters. Okay, for example, consider D3H point group. We already know the character table. This is the character table of the D3H point group. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 classes. Therefore, 6 irreducible representation. And these are the characters of representation of each IR. Okay, this is the characters of this IR. These are the characters of this IR, and all these characters are given here. We are not giving the complete matrix in character table. We are giving only the characters. Okay, so we are multiplying A1 dash with A2 dash. A1 dash and A2 dash are directly multiplying. So the characters of the product matrix, direct product matrix, is simply obtained by multiplying the characters. That is 1 into 1. That is we get okay, 1 into 1. That is 1 here. Need not okay, here also 1 into 1. Here no need of multiplying with the number of characters here because that is not needed. We simply write the character of one of the element. Okay, we want to write only the character one of the element, so no need of multiplying with the 2. Only 1 into 1. Here 1 into minus 1. Here 1 into 1. Here 1 into 1. 1 into minus 1. And what is matrix is this? Okay, and this is equal to, we obtain 1 minus 1, sorry 1 1 minus 1, 1 1 minus 1. Where is that one? 1 1 minus 1, 1 1 minus 1. So it is A2 dash. That is multiplying A1 dash with A2 dash, we get A2 dash. This is A2 dash. A2 dash. Okay. Now we are multiplying A1 dash with the A1 double dash, which is A1 dash. It is A1 double dash. Okay. Here we can simply write, because A1 dash is fully 1, all the characters, because it is totally symmetric representation. So multiplying A1 dash with the A1 double dash, characters will be A1 double dash is characters of A1 double dash. 1 into 1. Again 1 into 1. Again 1 into 1. 1 into minus 1. 1 into minus 1. 1 into minus 1. It will be A1 double dash. No doubts, because A1 double dash. Because multiplying with A1 dash. A1 dash is the totally symmetric representation. All the characters will be 1. Multiplying with another IR will be that IR. That is A1 double dash. No problem. Next, A2 dash multiplying with A2 dash itself. So 1 into 1. So this is 1. Again 1 into 1. Minus 1 into 1. Plus 1. Minus 1 into minus 1. 1 into 1. 1 into 1. Minus 1 into minus 1. Okay, 1. That is we get here which matrix? This is all the characters are 1, because it is totally symmetric representation. That is, it is A1 dash. A1 dash. Okay, clear. Now we are multiplying with A2 dash with the E dash. A2 dash with the E dash. Okay, but where is A2 dash? This is A2 dash. This is A2 dash with the E dash. Where is E dash? This one. So 1 into 2. This is 2. 1 into 2. Then 1 into minus 1. Minus 1. Minus 1 into 0. 0. 1 into 2. 2. 1 into minus 1. Minus 1. Minus 1 into 0. 0. Which is that matrix? 2 minus 1 0. 2 minus 1 0. This is 1. 2 minus 1 0. 2 minus 1 0. That is, we get, this is E dash itself. E dash. Now E double dash A1 dash. Where is E double dash? This one. E double dash and A1 dash. A1 dash is totally symmetric representation. That will be no doubts. will be multiplying with A1 dash means same matrix we will get. 2, minus 1, 0, minus 2, 1, 0. This matrix itself, because multiplying all with 1. Because it will be, therefore it will be equal to E double dash. Okay, no problem. Next, A2 dash with the E double dash. A2 dash where? A2 dash is 1. E double dash here. So 1 into 2. Okay, we get 2. Next, 1 into minus 1. Minus 1. Minus 1 into 0. 0. 1 into minus 2. Minus 2. Okay. A2 double dash. Sorry, we are multiple A2 double dash with E double dash. A2 double dash this one. So 1 into 2, 2. 1 into minus 1, minus 1. Minus 1 into 0, 0. Minus 1 into minus 2, that is plus 2. Plus 2 here. Plus 2 here. Okay. Next, minus 1 into 1. That is equal to 1. Next, 1 into 0, 0. And which is that representation? 2 minus 1, 0. 2 minus 1, 0. 2, 1, 0. 2 minus 1, 1 2, 1, 0. So this is minus 1 into 1. This is minus 1. So sorry, this one. 2 minus 1, 0. 2 minus 1, 0. This is actually E dash. E dash. Okay. E dash. Next, multiplying two-dimensional representation. In all this, we are multiplying. Here also, these are two one-dimensional representation. These are also two one-dimensional representation. These are also one dimension. This is a one dimension with a two dimension. Two dimension with one dimension. One dimension with two dimension. Next, we are multiplying two-dimensional representation. E dash and E double dash. Multiply. E dash 2 into 2. That is equal to 4. Okay. Next, next minus 1 into minus 1. That is 1. Okay. Yes, okay. Next, 0 into 0. That is 0. Next, 2 into minus 2. That is minus 4. Next, minus 1 into 1. That is 1. And 0 into 0. 0. And we can see that this is not matched with any one of these. So it is a reducible representation. It is not an irreducible representation. So keep in mind, while multiplying one-dimensional representation itself, we get one-dimensional. Okay, here one dimension with one dimension, we get one-dimensional. One dimension with one dimension, we get one-dimensional. Here also two one-dimensional representation, we get one-dimensional. A one-dimensional representation with two dimension, we get two dimension. Okay, clear. Here also two dimension with one dimension, we get two dimension. Here also one dimension with two dimension, we get two dimension. But multiplying two-dimensional matrices, we get a reducible representation, and it should be reduced to irreducible representation by our reduction formula that we have already studied. By reducing this further, this is a reducible representation. By reducing it further, we will get A1 double dash plus A2 double dash plus E double dash. I'm not elaborating it, that you check it. We already studied in the last video. That is how can a reducible representation can be converted into irreducible representation by reduction formula. That is sigma 1 by h into, that is, this was our formula. That is 1 by h into sigma r chi r chi r, reduction formula. Okay, ai. Okay, by using this formula, we can reduce this reducible representation into irreducible by this. Okay, now the last one, E1 dash, E1 dash. Okay, E1 dash with E1 dash. Look here, E1 dash, where is it? Yes, E1 dash, 2 into 2, that is 4. Again, minus 1 into minus 1, 1. 0 into 0, 0. 2 into 2, 4. Minus 1 into minus 1, 1. 0 into 0. This also will be a reducible representation. Okay. No, here character of E is 4. No symmetry, irreducible representation, character 4. Okay, so it is a reducible representation. By reduction formula, we will get this on reduction using this formula. We get this is equal to A1 dash plus A2 dash plus E dash. Here, one thing we can see that first thing we can see, okay, we can discuss what are the peculiarities of the direct product. It can be seen from the direct product example above. We can see that the direct product of two one-dimensional IRs will be a one-dimensional IR. Okay, that we already got. Direct product of two one-dimensional IR will be a one-dimensional IR. Okay, that we already got. That is, it is a two one-dimensional IR. A1, A1. A are the characters of symbol. You can symbol for one dimension. We get one dimension. One dimension, one dimension. We get one dimension. Okay, that is the first thing. And second thing, the direct product of a one-dimensional IR with a multi-dimensional IR, that is 2 or 3 dimensional IR, will be multi-dimensional. That I have already showed you. That is one dimension with the 2 dimension, we get 2 dimension. That is one dimension with the multi-dimensional IR, we get a multi-dimensional IR. Okay, that is second thing. Third thing, the direct product of two multi-dimensional IR will be a reducible representation. It can be reduced to IR using irreducible representation using reduction formula. Okay, that is direct product of two multi-dimensional IR. That is, if you are using two-dimensional IR, we get a reducible representation here and here. Reducible representation, and it can be reduced using reduction formula. This is the case of E dash representation reduced by using reduction formula NA1. I will not explain this. This is 1 by S. That is 1 by 12 into 1 into 1 into 4. That is here. This is E dash. So 1 by 12 into 1 into here E is 1 into A1 dash. We are discussing 1 into 4. Okay, like that. 2 into 1 into 1, 3 into 1 into 0. I not explain. You can practice it. Then N A1 is equal to 0. Then you will get by using reduction formula 0. And N A2 dash you will get 0. N E dash is equal to 0. N A1 double dash is equal to 1. So N A2 double dash is equal to 1 and N E double dash is equal to 1. Sorry, we are discussing E dash E double dash, not E dash E dash, E dash E double dash. So E dash E double dash is equal to A1 double dash. This one, the year, A1 double dash 1. And A2 double dash 1, A2 double dash 1 and E1 dash 1. Okay, in this way you can reduce it. That is not a problem. Okay. Another important thing you can see here, that is here you can see A2 dash into A2 dash. Two same IR are multiplying. We get a A1 dash. A1 dash is a totally symmetric representation. It's an important point. That is, by multiplying for no other combination, we get totally symmetric representation. A1 dash with A2 dash, we get A2 dash. That is not totally symmetric. We get only totally symmetric representation in two cases. That is, A1 dash is the totally symmetric representation that we get on two problem, one here and one here. Okay, what are the peculiarities here? Here A2 dash is multiplied with A2 dash. Then we get A1 dash. A1 dash, a totally symmetric representation, totally symmetric. Here also E1 dash multiplied E1 dash. Then we get reduced representation, which on reduction, one of the IR will be a totally symmetric representation. Then you have to keep in mind, that is very important. We are discussing while application of group theory, in chemical application of group theory. That is, we get totally symmetric representation by direct product only when we are multiplying same IRs. Okay, same IR on multiplication only we get the totally symmetric representation. That you have to keep in mind. Okay, next is application of direct product. Direct product have many application in the further discussion of group theory, especially its chemical application. Suppose if we have two functions fa and fb having symmetries a and b, that is, if a is the one of the IR, b is another IR. Suppose the basis for a irreducible representation is fa, the function fa, and basis for the b irreducible representation function fb. Okay, the symmetry of the product fa and fb, symmetry of fa is a. Okay, symmetry of that is the irreducible representation corresponding to the function fb is b. Then symmetry of the product function fa into fb will be the direct product of a and b. Can you understand? That is, fa is the basis for a and fb is the basis for b. Then we are considering the product fa into fb. Then its symmetry is, or its irreducible representation will be the direct product of a and b. Okay, that you will understand later. Okay, and such product will be useful to predict the integral of the type integral fa fb d tau, or integral fa here h cap fb d tau, or integral fa p cap fb d tau. This type of integral we have to be solved in application of group theory, especially in predicting the transition probability in spectroscopy. And we have to predict this integral will be 0 or not. In that case, before that, we know that in mathematics that the integral fa d tau vanishes if fa is an odd function. I think you might have studied in this in quantum mechanics. That is, the integral fa d tau will vanish, or it becomes 0 when fa is an odd function, and it does not vanish if fa is an even function. Okay, that you have to keep in mind. In general, okay, understand, the integral fa p fb d tau not equal to 0 if the integrand is totally symmetric. That is, integrand is this thing, fa p fb. This is totally symmetric, then the integral will be not 0, that is, it not vanish. It is 0 if the integrand is not totally symmetric. Okay. The symmetry of the integrand, how can we obtain symmetry of the integrand? By direct product of fa, p and fb. That is, the fa has a symmetry. You can find it from the character table. Suppose fa is a A1 representation. Okay, P. Suppose P is a transition dipole moment vector mu x. Then mu x, that means the translation in the x direction. That will be the, you will check that in the character table in the third column. In the third column, or the area 3, the x, there is an x vector. The corresponding, the irreducible representation is the p dimension, symmetry of p. Suppose it is b1 and fb is again a2. Then fa into p into fb, the integrand of the symmetry of this integrand is the direct product of fa p into fb. Can you understand? Okay, that is, the integral fa p fb not equal to 0 if it is totally symmetric. How can you find out that it is totally symmetric or not? We can take direct product of fa p into fb. That is, fa has a symmetry like a1, b1, like that. P has a symmetry like b1, b2, etc. fb has a symmetry. By taking direct product of this, we get a symmetry. If it is totally symmetric, then the integrand will not vanish, not equal to 0. If it is not totally symmetric, it is equal to 0. It's a very important thing. Sometimes you may not understand. You will understand it more detail in later discussion of its application. And look at here, one more thing. If fa and fb belongs to, this is an important point, very important point you have to keep in mind. if the direct product is totally symmetric or contains totally symmetric representation, the matrix elements will not vanish. That is this thing. That is, we are taking FA PFB, the direct product of FA P into FB. FA has a symmetry like A1, P has a symmetry like B1, suppose FB has a symmetry like A2. Direct product of these three. If it is totally symmetric, then representation, it will not vanish. The integrand will not vanish. Okay, that is important thing. Sometimes you may not understand. I worry you can't understand these things, but you had to read the textbook very well. Only this thing, that is the integral. I am telling only this thing. The integral FA P FB not equal to 0 if the direct product of FA P FB, not directly, FA has a symmetry like A1. Suppose it is A1, and P is a symmetry of suppose B1. FB has a symmetry of suppose A2. Then we are taking the direct product of this. If the direct product of is A1, A1 is a totally symmetric representation, then this integral will not vanish. Okay. If the direct product is suppose B2, B2 is not totally symmetric representation, then integral will vanish. Okay. So that is only thing you have to take away. That is the direct product of the functions. If totally symmetric, then the integral will not vanish, not equal to 0. If it is not totally symmetric, it will vanish. And another thing we have in the example of direct product of D3S, we have already studied, that is A2 dash into A2 dash is equal to A1 dash. That is multiplication of two same IR, we get A1 dash is the totally symmetric representation. Okay, here also E dash, two same irreducible representation. It is two-dimensional, therefore we get a reducible representation. On its reduction, we get this one, A1 dash, A2 dash, E dash, but one of them is totally symmetric. But if we multiplying A1 dash with A2 dash, that is different IR, we get A2 dash, not totally symmetric. A1 dash with A1 double dash, we get A1 double dash, not totally symmetric. That is, we get totally symmetric representation only when we are multiplying same irreducible representation. So this integral FA P FB will not be equal to 0 if symmetry of FA, P and FB are same. That is the point. That is FA, P and FB, if the symmetries of FA, P and FB are same, then only the direct product will be a totally symmetric representation. Then only the integral will not vanish. Okay, this is the final point. In general, the direct product of two IRs will contain a totally symmetric representation only if the IRs are same. That I have already shown it to you. Here, A2 dash, A2 dash, A2 dash, we get A1 dash, totally symmetric. E dash, we get A1 dash. Okay, that is the point. The point is only this thing. That is, finally, I'm finalizing. This is a point. That is, in most of the problems in application of group theory, especially the transition probability like that, we have to solve the integral like integral FA P. Suppose P, I am writing a dipole moment integral. Dipole moment integral for the transition probability, to determine the transition probability of the vibrational spectroscopy. Then it is mu P is mu x into FB d tau. Okay, then this should not be equal to 0. Then only the transition are probable. Okay, how can we find this not equal to 0? We are just, if FA has a symmetry A1, mu x has a symmetry of A2, FB has a symmetry of B1, then taking the direct product. If the direct product is totally symmetric, integral will not vanish. This will not be totally symmetric because these are different IRs. Okay, if this FA is equal to B1, mu x is equal to B1 and FB is equal to B1, all these are same IR. So direct product of this will be equal to A1. Totally symmetric, then the integral will not vanish. That is the point I am trying to telling you. I think you may have understand a little about these things. You read the textbook very well to understand more about this. Okay, thank you.